And so we'll just talk about O-line real quick. We won't, I think this video is getting pretty long. So in terms of O-line, I'll just list them out.
So I started rambling a little bit, but just to summarize, this is Joe Thomas. Basically, get his power up for cheap, or if you played the solos when they were available, then that was also a good way to get the power up. And then with a couple thousand of training, you
At
can get a
right
pretty
tackle,
good
I would,
card.
or even at left guard, you can put this Terron Armstead and his speed. Let's just look at his speed real quick. I mean, with 82 strength, decent, but 74 speed. If you put him at guard, oh man. Think about if you run a lot of tosses, he's going to be out there, you know. And he's got pretty good run. I mean, pass protection, pass block finesse. This card will run you about 40K right now. And the great thing about him is he's already got abilities on him. He's got the secure pass protector ability, so you kind of are getting some extra value with this card. Um, he has a power up, so you know.
So here I started to ramble a little bit, but basically you want to go ahead and get the next player you want to get is Anthony Munoz. You get his power up card. You can get it for free doing his solos in the challenges section. Um, if you don't want to pay for his card, I think his card is only about maybe 5K in training. I mean coins, and then to power him up to like 88 overall, it's only about another 2,000 training. So for that value, in terms of getting another offensive lineman that you can put at guard or at, even center if you want to, right tackle, left tackle. Yeah, he's a good value. So here I start to talk about Charles Leno Jr., the left tackle, 79 overall. He's got some pretty decent pass blocking stats in the mid 70s, and then his main stat is his run block at 80 and his 81 run block finesse, which is actually better than probably 90% of left tackles or offensive linemen in the game right now. And for basically, less than 9,000 coins, you can have a player that you can put at left guard, left tackle, right tackle if you don't want to spend a lot of coins. So here, comparing him to Larry Allen, I also compare him to Nate Solder, 85 overall cards that you have to pay well over 30K, 40K for, where you can basically, if you're thinking about a left guard, someone you want to sub in at left guard, yeah, you only have to pay 9K to get someone who is most likely going to always be double teaming, so he's not going to be isolated. So that's just something to
So this
consider.
Alex Mack you can get doing the theme kings again. So I went ahead, I had time, so I went ahead and just did it. So with this Alex Mack, you get high awareness, which is what you want in your center. High awareness helps with pass blocking, especially picking up blitzes. The higher awareness your center has, the better it is for your offensive line in terms of picking up blitzes. So 90 awareness, very good. Strength 86, decent. The run blocking footwork is what I really like. He's got 88 when you power him up. If you do his Theme Kings or Theme Builder, I think it's called Theme Kings or whatever. It's a set of solos where you get these, cards. So you'll get his power up card, you get his elite card, and then you get his 86 overall card. You put them all together, and you're going to get this 87 overall card with a minimal amount of training spent. I think all together, if you spend, I think you, if, yeah, so it's basically free if you spend the time. Now, if you don't want to spend the time, you can just buy you can buy the power up for like less than 5K. I know it doesn't go for 5K. You can get his power up for less than 5K. You can get his 82 overall for, honestly, you could use a power pass, or you can get his 82 overall for 15K. Then you can, for the extra, I think 1340 in training, then you get his 86 overall card. And then you've got probably the best center in football.
So here I start rambling again, but basically I start to compare Alex Mack to first the Travis Fredericks that just came out for the Most Feared promo. Obviously that center is the best in Madden right now, but I would argue Alex Mack is just right behind him. I mean, I'm about to look at Maurkice Pouncey and some other centers, and you can see that if you think about what a center is basically going to do, Alex Mack has basically everything. And when you think about who's going to who's going to be doing a lot of double teaming and is not going to be isolated, it's usually the center. So Alex Mack's elite run blocking abilities at this point in Madden are very valuable. 87 Alex Mack. Strength, all that, yeah. So great. The pass blocking, right, for the Pouncey is, but again, if you're thinking about it, if you run a zone blocking scheme, or if you just run the ball, it's basically Alex Mack is in some ways better than the Pouncey. And most of the time, centers are double teaming. Hardly will you ever be one-on-one as a center in the pass game unless they're blitzing. And if they're blitzing, you probably don't even have time. You're not going to have time. Like if they're blitzing, you're not going to have time to sit in the pocket anyway. So you're getting rid of the ball quickly. So if you're thinking about budget team, again, Alex Mack is the best value. Let's not even. Everyone should have Alex Mack. There's no other card you should get. If you want to go cheap at center, then I would just get one of those left tackles and play them at center. So here I start to talk about the Brian Winters, the right guard who just came out. So when I recorded this like a day or a few days ago, you could still buy him right now that in the Most Feared promo he's enraged. You can't really get him off the auction block. And another thing to consider is that his price was only for an 88 overall card, only selling for 65K. That is unusual, and it's probably mainly because a lot of people were pulling cards at that point in the promo. So once the promo is over, I expect this price to basically meet the other 88s somewhere around 80, 90K, almost 100K for 88s overall until the next big promo. So I wouldn't call him a budget really, but for my team, he's definitely a buy. I probably should have bought him during the promo, but I'll probably get him after as well, just for the great stats. As you can see, 89 run block finesse. That's the main thing that I'm thinking about in guards. And it's the same argument that I make for guards and centers. They're usually double teaming, so their pass blocking stats don't really matter.
We're going to talk about the defensive ends. So I don't think it gets any better than Myles Garrett and Reggie White. So the 80, speak of the devil. So the 88 Reggie White, 87 block shed, 89 power move, 80 finesse moves, very balanced, 85 strength with 71 speed. Very comparable. So if I compare him to my DeMarcus Lawrence.
So here I start to compare Reggie White to, some other, higher value cards like this Emmanuel Ogbah that's going for 120, the D4 that's going for 120, the Michael Strahan that's going for 120K. And I mean, that 88 overall Reggie White definitely will get the job done. Also, I look at the Jonathan Allen, who at the time during the promo, same thing with the Brian Winters, was undervalued because for an 88, he was only going for like 60 something K. Has great block shedding stats, pass rushing stats are decent. So for an interior defender, doesn't get much better than Jonathan Allen, Myles Garrett, and Reggie White. Also, Brandon Williams is a pretty good value. 90 block shed, 90 strength. If you're just looking for a run stuffer at 30K, that's probably the best value you can get as a D tackle. Though he plays left end in a 3-4, you just sub him in at D tackle, he makes plays.
One power moves, but then 69 finesse moves. I mean, with the right chemistries, I can get
Myles Garrett up to 90. Just his card right now, I can get it up to 90 power move. And especially if you're going up against most left guards in Madden right now, 88 pass rushing is enough to beat them, especially if you add an ability to Myles Garrett. I'd rather save the coins, get the training, and upgrade my Myles Garrett than to spend 246,000 coins on a very good card. But he can't. He doesn't even have the run blocking, the block shed abilities that if I use Brandon Williams for 30K. So a lot better value there. It just depends on what your scheme is. If you're looking, usually for my D tackles, I'm looking for guys who can block shed because they're going to get double teamed in the passing game most likely. So I'm really looking for someone who can, one, do power moves if it's pass rushing because they're going to get double teamed, so finesse moves not going to be that important. And then two, block shedding, because in the run game, depending, they might not get double teamed, so it's going to be one-on-one, and they're going to be able to make a bigger play. So for D tackles, I'm looking for run stuffing. Outside ends, defensive ends, I'm looking for pass rushing. So this Gerald McCoy, almost 300K. 89 strength, not as high. 85 block shedding, not as high. Power moves, garbage. Would you rather spend 300K for? I mean, who is spending 300K for this? Maybe if you want a theme team, I guess if you're running a theme team, you could run this card. But I mean, garbage. I'd rather have the 90 strength, 90 block shedding with the abilities already on it. So yeah, if we're just talking about athletes, so let's just say maybe we don't care about so much of the pass rushing stats. Maybe you're a guy who likes to blitz and you just want speed on the line. The fastest D tackle for the price, I mean, Alan Page is kind of an anomaly with 78 speed. So here I start talking about Margus Hunt. Essentially, the takeaway is he's 6'8" with 77 speed. Great person you can sub in as a D end on the outside if you're just looking for a big athlete who can jump and knock down passes, get involved in the screen game. I mean, I've had this card knock down passes when he comes free on a blitz. You can even drop him into a spy. That's a pretty big spot guy, 6'8", sitting at spy who can actually still, if you've got one of these slower mobile quarterbacks like Steve Young, he can chase down Steve Young. 80 overall I like to call him Baby Barr. So you guys know Anthony Barr, right? So Anthony Barr is basically a tall, fast linebacker. Montez is also a tall, fast linebacker that you can use her. So if you are looking for the cheapest user god type of card without the block shedding, it doesn't get much better than this. You only have to spend 8,000 coins for a 6'6" freak. Tackling's decent. 81 jumping, I would expect it to be a little bit higher, but he's 6'6" with 86 speed, 76 agility, but I mean 86 speed at 6'6", I mean with a little bit of pass rushing. I like to use him as a contain player mainly, and I've seen him just jump up and knock down balls on the edge. This Leonard Floyd, not that great, obviously. But yeah, for the price, I mean, would you rather? Let's just go to your rant. Let's go to Anthony Barr. Actually, let's just compare. Barr, where are you? Anthony Barr, which I think is the most overrated card in Madden. To be honest, every year people talk about how great Anthony Barr is, and I mean, I think it kind of goes back to like maybe a few years. And then here I basically ended off by ranting about how overrated I think Anthony Barr is. Even his 90 overall card that came out, I don't think it's that great. I mean, granted, it has hit power, it has speed, he's got height, but I mean, he doesn't have any pass rushing stats. Most people like to use Ryan Shazier, so that just leaves your Anthony Barr sitting in the middle of the field, I guess, covering people. But I mean, honestly, I think he's overrated. Yeah, that's just me see, though. Obviously, if you're talking budget squad, he's definitely not budget friendly. And I'd rather just get a same type of production from a guy if I in my scheme who would just be playing Contain, and that would be Montez Sweat for less than 10K coins. You can have a very fast 6'6" athlete who can, in a Contain, is not going to get outrun by. He can catch Michael Vick, he can catch Lamar Jackson, Cam Newton, all those mobile quarterbacks. You want to scramble, you put them in a Contain. There's absolutely no shot that they're going to get past him. And that's really all you want in a Contain player. You just want speed, and right now it doesn't get much better than Montez Sweat. Granted, he can't tackle, but I mean, who can? At this point, I'd like to ask you to please like and subscribe if you enjoyed the content. And I'll be putting out more videos more frequently now that I have some free time. So look out for, for me to complete the Panthers scheme videos that I've been talking about, especially the mobile. Now that I have the Cam Newton, I'm definitely going to start running more of the mobile aspects of the scheme. So stay tuned for those videos, and also completing the gun bunch and all the other plays in the Panthers playbook. Thanks for watching.